Hello and welcome to PRL. It is season 16. This is the second race and we are at Bahrain, as you can see. Last week we saw the Toro Rosso team of Michelangelo and Falcon take a very dominant 1-2 in what was a fantastic race to watch and commentate on. Let's hope for the same action tonight. Before we get into standings and whatever else, I just want to quickly link the stream in both chats so everyone can get in the stream and watch it while they're racing. But yeah, if you didn't see, oh my god, why is it not working now? If you didn't see last week, then you wouldn't have known that the Toro Rosso team of Michael Falcon obviously took a very dominant win. We saw championship current championship holder Decky do a fantastic drive from, I do believe, 5th place after picking up wing damage and recovering. And we also had Kara as well, who actually started at the back due to messed up in quali, and he actually managed to come back through the field, as well as Max as well. But we're at Bahrain. In terms of lap time, we are looking at maybe a low 27 to mid 27s. I'd be very disappointed if no one actually hit a low 27 from what I've been hearing. But yeah, I think I've gone over the basics. I'm going to quickly try and get up the standings while we wait for the first couple laps to come in, and we'll see who has the edge in qualifying. I don't think I can find the standings. I do apologise if I sound a bit different or I take more breaks than usual. I am sort of suffering a sore throat and blocked nose, so yeah, a bit under the weather, but nonetheless I'm still here commentating as we're actually going to go on board with Simside Danger for his lap around Bahrain. Coming to turn 1, I wanted to take a really tight line to the apex. As you can see, he's done that perfectly. Now can he get a good exit and a good run towards the swooping right hander? Again, another corner we're going to need to go close to the apex. You can see he's done that perfectly as well, but he's always spun, lit up the rears. That's going to cost him a couple attempts at least as he goes through the fast left right, and that's got to be an invalid from Simside Danger, so know that hill will go again. Let's see if we can find anyone else. Got Dear Agony. I don't think he's on a lap, or is he? If he is, then we'll stay with him. Yeah, he is, so he's in Rich. Let's take this away. Let's see what he can do in the Red Bull, of course, as he comes through sector 2 now towards sector 3, which is quite short in terms of sectors for Bahrain and other tracks. But coming to sector 3 now, just a straight, he needs to navigate, and the final couple of corners. Let's see what he can do. Can he set the benchmark for these guys here? As he comes to the line, we will bring up what he set, and he sets a 28.6, but it's actually Falcon who's gone pole with a 28 flat. That's a very good banker from a Falcon, so very good up from him. But we then we've got Cosmic who goes pole with a 27.9, so these lap times are already tumbling, and these guys are not messing about in terms of getting that time to, as I said, to maybe a mid to low 27. I know Falcon could do a low 27. He sort of told me, well, not told me, but said earlier if a 27.3 was good, so I'm expecting Falcon to improve on his time. Another person who I'm expecting to improve is Michael. A 28.6 for a banker isn't great from him. Now we saw last week both Toro Rossos just dominating the race. It was Falcon who picked up the win, I believe, from what I can remember, so they're going to want to recreate what they did last week. And Decky, current championship holder, goes 3rd place with a 28.1. Another good banker from him. Then we've got Neo, who unfortunately had a horrible opener at Australia last week. He's put his car P4, so no doubt he will want to improve and have a better race than Australia. But he's actually got Williams behind him. I do believe that is Smithy. It is. Now is Smithy on a lap? No, he's not, so he's not on the lap. And Haribo goes pole with 27.9. Now Haribo wasn't here last week. He is Kara's teammate, and he was unable to make it, and he is very, very quick over one lap. He will more than likely challenge for pole but in the race and qualifying are completely different. So maybe we can have someone else come through the field. But yeah, with 6 minutes left, I'm just going to quickly have a drink and then I'll be back for the rest of qualifying. So we're less than 5 minutes left now. Note that Cara hasn't actually set a time yet. I don't know whether he's waiting for the very last minutes of qualifying, but he has not come out of the pits or even set a banker lap. So whether he's very confident in himself, I do not know. But I, for one, would not be leaving it until the last minutes of qualifying to set a lap. But yeah, it's coming to sort of part of qualifying, but no one wants to come out yet. Just going to quickly run you through the field. So in first place we have Haribo with a load 27.9. Then we've got Cosmic in second place, 2000th behind Haribo, so he's done a very good job in P2 with a 27.903. Then we've got Doom in third. I didn't actually see Doom go third, so fair play to Doom with a 27.9 as well, so looking very, very close, top three. And then we've got Michael, who actually did improve with a 28 flat, so again, fair play to Michael. I did say that he would be one to watch out for, improving his time from earlier. Then we've got Falcon in fifth, a 28 flat as well, so the top five covered by just under 2/10. And then we've got Decky in sixth for 28.1, Neo in seventh, a 28.1 as well. So again, everyone looking extremely close. Even if you get, I reckon, if the top 8 or even top 9 gain 3-4 tenths on their time, then we could be looking at a very good closing end to this qualifying session. But at the top 5 is Falcon, who's out first on an out lap, so we will go with Falcon at 2 when he starts his lap. And Carroll's actually still in the pits, and Smithy is now out, as well as own HVB as well. So all these guys coming out now, they're going to have enough time for 2 runs. They're going to have enough fuel in, hopefully, for 2 runs. Let's hope anyway, as Cara Cara's finally out the pit. So whether will Cara have enough time for two runs? I think he will, but I think for fuel he's okay as well, so he'll definitely get 2 runs. So watch out for Cara, and even Killer Blue, because Killer Blue surprised me last week at Australia with his pace. He will no doubt, as you can see, went 6th place there with 28.1, actually beating the championship leader himself, Decky. But no doubt Decky will be out and no doubt improve on that 28.1. Whether Killer Blue will be on, no, so I think his qualifying's done, Killer Blue, so he's actually done quite well to get 6th place. As I said, his pace at Australia very surprising, and definitely one to look out for in the coming races. Excuse me. As we go to this man Falcon, he's going to be the first to start his lap. We will go on board with Falcon for his lap and see what he can set and whether he can improve on his time as he rounds the final corner. Very important to get a good exit for this long start finish straight. If you get a bad exit, your lap time is basically done, as I do believe that is Jerry who's just managed to join the session, so well done to him for getting in time. Falcon's actually dealing with some traffic coming into turn 1, looking up, clipping the apex very nicely there. Now can he get a good run on the curb on exit? He's got his teammate Michael there. Whether Michael will dip out the way, he does, and actually gives him a little bit of slipstream. So these two Toro Rosso boys are working very well together as Falcon ends the first sector. I won't see whether he's up or not. We're going to wait until he finishes his lap. Goes a bit deep into the first sequence of the fast left right hander, but manages to navigate it and keep his kart in one piece. Coming out the hairpin now, very good traction at the corner, obviously running no assist I do believe, and I think he might have got invalid or felt that lap wasn't good enough. So let's quickly go to Carra, because he hasn't actually set a lap yet, so all eyes on this man here, who was actually the runner-up last season, and he goes wide into the notorious turn 10. He's still on it though, he's still pushing for this lap. Let's see if he can improve, or he's going to improve regardless, but whether he can fight for pole is something else. Obviously Haribo at the moment on pole, and we've got Max there moving out the way. Oh, I think he's swung rather late there. And now we've got Michael there as well, so Michael will want to move out the way as well. But Carroll wants the slipstream, he wants that slipstream, and gets a little bit. I don't know if that would have gained him any time now as he comes to the final corner. We've got Falcon there, so Falcon needs to get a move on now. If Carroll wants one more run, he's going to get a very, very good toe from Falcon. Will Carroll go pole? He doesn't, he goes third with a 27.9, but Carroll has to back out. And own HVB with a 27.7. Again, I did not expect this from him, to go pole potentially with a 27.7, so he's going to pull off now and will retire the car. Neo goes second with a 27.8, so he's getting very, very quick now as we approach the final end to qualify. Haribo, of course, still out on his lap. Let's see if he can improve and potentially move himself back up into the top row of the grid. And we've got Cosmic as well, he's definitely one to look out for. He's on a lap. Doom is still on a lap. Michael and Falcon are both still on laps. I believe Falcon is up on his time, so let's go on board with Falcon again as he comes into the notorious turn 9 and turn 10, I do believe. Navigates you very, very nicely, gets good traction out of that corner as well as he comes to the swooping left-hander. Takes a bit of the curve on entry, goes a bit wide. That's going to cost him time. Whether that's going to cost him pole, I do not know. It might be the deciding factor. And yeah, he's not up by much anymore, so Falcon will most probably improve to maybe 8th or 7th at best. So let's quickly move back to his teammate Michael, who I do believe is right behind him. So we're going to see Falcon and Michael cross the line now roughly at the same time. Haribo goes pole for 27.2. Oh my god, I did say a low 27 would be achievable in this league, and it is. And Falcon and Michael both do Michael does a 27.9 and Falcon does a 27.8, but Haribo in a world of his own on pole position by half a second. Now don't get me wrong, own HVB's lap was incredible. A 27.7 is incredible around Bahrain, and Haribo from out of nowhere 4 tenths. And Doom actually got second in the end, so fair play to Doom for improving. But it is Haribo who takes pole, Doom in second, own HVB with a fantastic lap in third. Neo in fourth is going to be very happy with that. Falcon in fifth, he's going to be disappointed in that. Cosmic in sixth, again going to be happy. Decky in seventh, going to be a little bit annoyed. Michael in eighth, Kara only managing to get ninth, and then we've got Smithy in 10th, Killer Blue 11th, Rick in 12th, Max 13th, Dear Agony 14th, Simsai in 15th, YHYY 16th, Gary in 17th, F1 Racer in 18th, and I do believe Carrera, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's actually a reserve and is filling in for VSR Flair. So whether he's been told not to qualify and just keep out of way, I don't know, but while these guys are ready up, I'm going to take another quick break, so I'll be back for when the race starts. So we're back for the formation lap, and again Haribo getting pole position with a fantastic lap at the end. I have no words for the pace that he has shown today. Honestly, I know he had it in his locker, but I mean the fact that we actually saw 27.2 at Bahrain is just incredible. So Haribo, fantastic lap from him, he gets pole. Doom in second, again very, very good. Now no disrespect to Doom or Own HVB or even Neo. All these guys set very, very good times. You know, 27.6 I do believe Doom set, and Own HVB and Neo both set 27.7. So no doubt, you know, very good laps from them. Then we've got Falcon, who could only manage 5th. So whether he messed up his last run, I don't know. But yeah, Falcon will no doubt want to get through the field as quickly as he can. And we've got Cosmic in 6th again, who had a very, very good lap, so he won't be complaining on 6th place. Decky only managing 7th, but he no doubt either messed up his last run or got invalid. Then we've got the IRT of then we've got IRT Michael, sorry, and then we've got IRT Kara. So both these guys may be in different teams, but they are in the same esports team. So whether these guys will do a little bit of team play is yet to be seen. Then we've got Smithy rounding out the top 10. So I mean, I don't know who can win. If Haribo shows the same pace in the race, then he will no doubt win. Then we've got Killer Blue in 11th, actually on softs. That's a good shout from him. Then we've got Rick in 12th, Max in 13th, who's actually, opted for the set of super softs and that has actually been disqualified. So let's quickly get up the tyres, and actually one person on the mediums, YHYY, so no doubt keep one eye on him at the start of the race, see if he can make up some positions. But as the guys get back onto the grid, it's all eyes on this man. Can he get a good start and show just outstanding pace that he showed in qualifying? I don't know, hope he can. But anyway, as the last few guys ready up, it is time to go to 5 red lights, and F1 Racer's got a driver ready for a jump start. It is lights out. Haribo looks like he's got a very, very good start. Doom in 2nd, I won't be able to challenge him, but no doubt he will be get challenged from the McLaren of Own HVB, I do believe that is. And Haribo having a very, very good turn 1, and actually the McLaren having to cut the corner, and Doom actually gets back past. Then we've got Neo up into 1st, so he's made a position, so fair play to him. Then we've got Falcon right behind the Force India and actually locks up and goes a bit deep, but manages to keep his front wing. Further back we've got Michael now fighting with Decky. Now can Michael make this move stick? And Simsai's out of the race already, so whether there's been a big crash behind, I don't know. I haven't seen anything. It looked quite tidy and clean, but Decky down the inside of Michael, that's going to push Michael wide. We're going to have 3 wide here. We've got Max in the Haas up into 8th place, so again Max is making a very, very good start. Let's see if he can do what he done at Australia without breaking his front wing later on in the race. But from the start, Haribo 7/10 to Doom already, so I mean he's in another world at the minute. Then we've got Doom in 2nd, Neo in 3rd, Falcon up into 4th, Own HVB being dropped down to 5th, Michael in 6th, Decky in 7th, all over the back of him. Then we've got Max all over the back of Decky and Kara all over the back of Max. So these 4, let's go on board with Kara, who I do believe has got a better run on Max as they approach the final corner. Decky and Michael are going at it as well. Will Kara go down the inside? He goes for it. Ooh, slight contact I think that was, but Max manages to keep the car. Kara is able to keep the car as well as Haribo completes the first lap of the race. And we've got Decky and Michael potentially fighting as well, but no. Kara, what about Kara or Max? Will he get the move done? No, wrong camera angle. I do apologise. Oh, looks like Cosmic had a little bit of a look there as well, but Max is going to come straight back at Kara, as we've seen in real life Bahrain Grand Prix. Into turn 4 they go. No, Kara breaks way later than Max is able to keep their position, and I do believe I can get our position changed as well. So yes, so Max making up the most places out of anyone on the grid, so no doubt he will want to keep making places, as we've got Decky all over the back of Michael. I'm shocked that the Toro Rosso guys haven't really been able to show the same dominance as they showed in Australia, but completely different track, completely different circumstances. But we've got a little bit of a train approaching now, and we've actually got Jerry and Gary going side by side. It seems Jerry's been sort of either pushed wide or got a bad run, but now we've got Cabrera making up places now, as he started last I do believe. So hopefully he can get past the Renault of YHYY, who is on their medium tyres. But yeah, it looks like Kara is actually getting away from Max and is now actually right behind Decky. Now these two had a titanic battle last season for the championship, so no doubt these two are going to have another cracking battle here at Bahrain today. as we go to the end of lap 3. We've got Haribo 31.2. Absolutely outstanding from Haribo. If he can keep up this pace all race, it's going to be a walk in the park for him. As the gap to June is 1.4 seconds already. It's only lap 3. And we've got Neo in third, still hanging on to the back of June. Then we've got Falcon in fourth. Own HVB, as I said, dropped down 2 places, so he's no doubt going to carry on. But then we've got behind, we've got Decky and Michael. I do believe that was Decky and Kara, sorry, still going at it. So it's all kicking off here in Bahrain for PRL, race number 2. So hopefully we can have more action as we did at Australia. Smithy actually got a 5-second stop go for corner cutting. Whether he's got damage or not, no, he hasn't. He's battling with F1 Racer though. Can he get the better run? DRS has of course been activated, so he's going to be gaining, but not enough down this straight. F1 Racer goes a bit deep. If you touch that curb on exit, then you are screwed. Your back end kicks out, and that's it. Your race could be potentially over. But Doom seems to be catching back up to Haribo. Excuse me. So this race is far from over. Then we've got Neo as well catching a Doom, and then we've got Falcon in fourth, sort of starting to fade away from the top 3, which is actually quite shocking to be fair. Falcon is a very quick driver. And then we've got Owen HVB still keeping with Falcon. Then we've got Michael in 6th, Decky in 7th, and Kara still not able to get past Decky. But then we've got Max looking down the inside. I do believe, is that wing damage for someone? I could have sworn I saw a bit of debris fly off. That could be my eyes playing tricks on me. So we've got this fantastic battle between Max, Kara and Decky, and soon to be Michael. If these guys can all battle, it'll be great for the stream, it'll be great for everyone watching. Max messed up the fast left right a little bit, or right left, whatever whatever it is, I don't really know. But yeah, again, Kara now right behind Decky again, so no doubt will Kara go for it? No, he doesn't. He stays behind Decky. Lights up the rears there coming out of exit and actually loses time, but with DRS he should stick with Decky. But again, this is just one big DRS train. As you saw, 4 or 5 cars in shot there, all with DRS. So it's going to be very frustrating for the likes of Kara and Max, who are right in the centre of this train, just can't make any headway on the guys there. But it looks like Kara is actually looking very, very competitive in terms of making up the places, as he's now only 3 tenths behind Decky. Can Kara make this move stick into turn 1? But we've actually got Decky at further up the road from Kara, who's actually quite close to Michael. So again, this is one big DRS train, as we've got Michael, Decky, Kara, Max, Cosmic, all within a second of each other and all getting DRS. So it is very frustrating to make headway on the guys ahead. But Kara is making little bits of ground on Decky each lap, so no doubt Kara will make the move. And Decky's gone. Where's Decky gone? Decky's lost the rear. He's managed to not pull it in the wall and actually managed to keep the car. He rejoins the track safely in 14th place. So Decky will have to be careful now, because his rears are going to be very, very sensitive at the moment. But he joins back and is able to carry on. So that promotes Kara up into 7th, and Michael is now right behind Own HVB. Let's see what he can do, if he can make a move into the swooping left-hander. I don't think he just won't be close enough, so he's going to use that and try to stick to him and make the move stick into turn 1. Again, it's just one big DRS train. The only way you're going to pass someone is if you just, I don't know, go very, very late on the brakes. Let's see if Michael can do that now. He's only 4 tenths behind Own HVB. Let's see what he can do now. So DRS is open. Own HVB hasn't actually got DRS, so this could be Michael's chance. He's going to go for it. Has to be very, very late on the brakes. But Own HVB being very late on the brakes there and actually doing a very good job, still staying with Falcon. So I mean, Falcon will want to stay away from own HVB, because if own HVB gets near him, then he'll only bring his teammate, and then that can end very, very nasty for the three of these guys. But we've got Kara now sort of behind Michael and own HVB, sort of stalking them, waiting for one of them to make a mistake. And we've got Max behind Kara, just not really able to stick with him. As we go on board with Michael now, he's very, very close to own HVB again. No DRS to own HVB. He's just outside it though. Just the gap's just a second to Falcon, so he will wanna stay out of that DRS. But again, Michael closing ever so much, and Kara gets a time on it. That could prove costly to where he finishes this race. As we've got Michael now with a much better run on own HVB. Let's see if we can get him down into turn 1. Kara braking very, very late, so this could be, Kara could actually get both these guys into turn 1 if he gets a double slipstream, but I don't think he is. And now we go back to Michael. Can he make the move on own HVB into turn 1? It's going to have to be a late move, but again Michael stays behind, and all this battling is only allowing Kara to catch up. So I mean, I don't know. If one of them's going to have to go for it, excuse me, if they want to get the move done. But up at the front, as you can see, Haribo's still leading by not even a second now. So Haribo's quality pace is not really showing in the race. So this race is still wide open, as we've got the front three sort of starting to create a gap now, and Neo will be very happy with the way his race has started compared to Australia. He I think finished in 11th or 10th, so already having a much better performance, and he's actually keeping with the leaders and catching, so he will no doubt be very, very happy at this stage of the race. But we go back to the battle for 5th, 6th and 7th, and Max is there as well, so 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th all within a second of each other. Let's see what they can do. Let's go on board with Max and see what he can see. He can see 3 cars ahead of him, all battling for position. This is again one big DRS train. I mean, Max trying to brake very late into the last corner, clipping the apex very, very nicely there. And Kara decides to pit on lap 8. So this will be very, very interesting to see what Kara goes on to in terms of tyre. Max stays out, of course, Michael stays out. So this could trigger own HVB, Michael, and even Falcon into a pit stop, because if Kara gets an undercut and comes out in fresh air, then he could find himself in 4th place. And Kara actually what does Kara go? Kara goes into a set of softs. I don't know whether the softs will make it to the end. I know obviously he has very good tired life, and I know Michael does as well, so no doubt Michael will go super soft as well. And Killer Blue actually making a move on Cosmic there, and actually manages to get the move done. But Williams is coming straight back at him. This is a good battle between Cosmic and Killer Blue, but Killer Blue keeping P8, but Cosmic still right behind him. Is he going to go for a move? No, backs out of it, stays behind him. So we will stay with this mini battle. See up ahead, 3-4 cars there that I was just with. But it looks like Killer Blue has got the position, and at this point in the race he should start to catch the train ahead, because obviously all these guys are still battling for position, so he should start to catch these guys at a rapid rate. Obviously being on the soft tyres as well, he should start to catch. Now we've actually got 4 cars in short. We've got Michael going around the outside of own HVB into the last corner. Has he made it stick? Oh, it looks like he has. A Michael, he lagged into the wall there. I don't know what that was. That looked like lag to me. Michael's dropped right to the back of the field. Falcon's in the pits. So is Cosmic. I don't know what happened there with Michael. Is he okay still, or is he just in the wall? So Michael's still. Oh, looks like Max has got wing damage again. He has. So Max will have to pit this lap. Will he go for a move on own HVB? He does in frustration. Own HVB bakes late, keeps their position, but Max still able to keep their own HVB. This is where the half a wing is going to cost him. It has. He's gone wide. Max is going to be ruining that mistake for sure, because again, he done the same at Australia towards the end of the race. He was catching for, I believe, P5 or P4, but again has made a terrible mistake, and now we'll have to pit and lose an extra 5 seconds, so he'll be dropped outside the points, but hopefully he can come back through the field as we saw at Australia. So we've got Owen HBB and Michael, actually not, he wasn't in the wall, but we saw Falcon pit, and Kara's actually, oh well, I mean, what an undercut that is from Kara. I mean, he's undercut Falcon, and incredible, absolutely incredible from Kara, very good undercut. And we've got Doom and Haribo there, very close, and we've got all three of these guys very close. Who's going to pit? Who's going to blink first? Haribo and Doom looks like they're blinking first. Doom not taking any risks behind Haribo, so now Neo takes the effective race lead, and Cosmic is out. What's happened to Cosmic? He's lost his will and he's out the race. Where is that? That's, look, by the left swooping left-hander. And we've got a ton of cars in the pits now. We've got Smithy, Rick, Haribo, Doom, Michael all in the pits, so Neo takes the net lead. And we've got Kara. Where is Kara in all of this? Kara is effectively leading the race, and all the guys behind him have gone onto a set of mediums, so that is very interesting. So we've got split strategies, I believe, at the Ferrari team. Yeah, so Haribo's got mediums and Kara's gone for the set of softs. This race is going to be very interesting. If Kara can go to the end on these softs, which I do believe he can, it will be very tight, but he's got to be on his tyre wear like no tomorrow. We've got Doom and Falcon and Haribo, so Doom actually managing to get out ahead of Haribo, so we'll see what Haribo's like battling cars. And we've got Doom looking for a move into tunnel. Haribo must get in. I think he got a bit of wing damage there behind Doom. I believe he's just lost an end plate, so he will stay out, but he's going to lose a lot of time. And we've got Michael in 13th. And we've got Decky and Gary going at it as well. Looks like Gary's made the move on Decky. He has round the outside. Good move from Gary. We've got YHYY looking to make a move on Decky. Decky going back to the racing line. Nothing wrong with that. And we've got actually... okay. So now we've got Owen HVB and Neo in the pits. Neo comes out in a set of mediums and just gets out ahead of the McLaren. Now where will Neo come out in terms? And Haribo's out. Haribo's retired. I believe Haribo's just given up. He's either binned it and just given up, or that wing damage was just too costly for him to continue. But Haribo's out of this race, which is very shocking. After his fantastic qualifying pace and even start of the race pace, he was gone. But it's unfortunate to see from Haribo, but he will play no part in this race, and it is actually Killer Blue who's actually leading the race. Dear Agony in second, and Gary up into third. So go on, Gary lad. I believe in Gary. But effectively the race leader is Kara, who's actually right behind, I do believe, his good friend Cabrera. So will Cabrera just let him pass? I do not know. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but looks like Kara is just going to go down his inside. I don't think Cabrera, again, I don't know whether he can fight, and yeah, he's just let him go. So Kara is effectively the race leader. Neo actually got out ahead of Falcon and June, so the overcut working the wonders. But now we've got June right behind Falcon. Will June go for a move? No, he stays behind Falcon. In fact, now all these guys are effectively P2, P3 and P4. So these guys are going to want to sort of get a move on if they want any chance of catching Kara. But I believe Kara's tyres towards the end are going to go off, and Cabrera dives into the pits. That now will promote Neo up into net P2, Falcon into net P3 and Doom into net P4. So this race is just getting more and more exciting as the laps go on. Lap 12 now, so these laps are flying by. Falcon not able to get past Neo in the straight, which is actually quite interesting. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. I had a quick drink, but we've got Neo oh not Neo, sorry, YHYY just behind Gary. So Gary's tyres look like they're pretty worn at this point. So he will be in the pitch the next couple of laps. But Killer Blue, 7.5 second advantage to Dear Agony in second. Now none of these guys are pit. So you can see there, Carol with the net lead after the pit stops. Then we've got Neo in second, Falcon in third, Doom in fourth, Michael in fifth, Own HVB in sixth, I do believe. Yeah, I think so. But Max there getting past F1 Racer. Now Max has indeed fixed his wing. Did I call the stream China? Oh, I did as well. Damn it. Thank you for pointing out, Louis. I will change that after the stream. Damn it. Yeah, I'll change that. I'll be able to change it after the race. But yeah, going back to the action now, I'm sort of lost now. Where are we going? Let's go back to the battle with Jube and Falcon, and well, not really Jube, but Falcon and Neo are sort of really, they have been close since the pit stops, and Neo having a better, I do believe he's on better mediums by about one lap, so that one lap could prove. Of course, we've actually got Falcon going down the inside, very aggressive from Falcon there. I didn't actually think that he would go for a move there. I thought it was too far back, but he actually went for the move anyway. Yeah, sorry about that. I saw YHYY in the wall there, so whether he's had an off, I don't know. Whether he had contact with someone, I do not know. And in the chat, 2 more weeks, and then I can actually get. Oh, nice. So 2 more. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think all the while I feel like this, mate. I think I need you here tonight. But yeah, I'm trying my best, trying to keep up with all the action. Then we've got Falcon, and YHYY gets a 5-second stop go for corner cut, and he does decide to retire. So another retirement due to wing damage is sucks, but it happens in league racing. Also, without a safety car, you can't really expect to see it. I've got my PSL, so I can't. Yeah, it's fine, man. Honestly, it's fine. It's all good, man. But yeah, I'm keeping eyes on this battle with Falcon and Neo, just because of the move that Falcon done a couple laps ago. It was very aggressive, and won't be surprised if Neo's got one eye on Falcon now. But yeah, we saw behind, saw June go off that, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. And don't forget about Michael. Michael's very, very slowly catching these guys up. So if these guys go into combat, then Michael could indeed catch up. We've got Decky and Max actually fighting, and Decky's on the soft, so Max on the medium. So who will get DRS? I believe it is Max, and Max will get the better run and have the benefit of DRS. Decky goes a bit wide. Decky's forcing Max into the wall. Not into the wall, but squeezing him. Max is going to get DRS, and will get the place back off Decky, surely into turn 1. He does. So Max braked. Whoa! Really late on the brakes there from Max. Was able to keep the position from Decky, but Decky will surely get the better run, and coming up the hill up into turn 4. He doesn't. Max actually gets a better run, so Max keeps P8. He's now got Killer Blue ahead of him in P7, who has indeed pit. I missed all that while I was trying to figure out how I called the stream China when we're clearly at Bahrain. So yeah, for that I'm going to try and change that now. Actually, I don't think I can though. But yeah, going back to, I think the closest battle on track. Oh, hang on. is this Decky and Max battle, because this looks like it's getting very, very tasty. And Decky's actually down, Max is inside. Terrible camera angle. There we go. Decky gets the move done on Max, but Max is not going to give this up without a really good fight with Decky. Oh, they touch a little bit there. Max gets on the curb. Does he go for a move? No, he doesn't. If Max can stay this close to Decky, then he'll surely get the move done. Back down into turn 1. This is a very good battle from Decky and Max. As Decky and Max both take the similar lines. Decky not really clipping the apex. That allows Max to close a little bit as he now activates the DRS. I'm just trying to quickly see if I can change it now midstream. I don't think I can. So what I'm going to do, as soon as this stream is done, I will change the title of this stream. So yeah, not to worry. But yeah, looks like Decky's got away from Max, so we'll go back to the battle now with Doom and Falcon, and Neo's actually managed to pull away from Falcon, which is very surprising. But obviously Neo is no slouch. None of these guys in here are slow by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, the lap times I've seen, crazy. But yeah, Doom now on the back of Falcon. Can he get the move done? Can he stay this close and get DRS and potentially win? Well, not potentially win, but get a podium place from a Falcon. My head is all over the place. Soon a bit got the most. Yeah, cool, man. Good luck in your race, mate. Good luck in your race. Hope you do well. But yeah, Doom going deep into the final corner. Falcon getting on the curve, so very tired for exit, and Falcon goes instantly towards the wall. If Doom's going to want this move, he's going to have to do it the long way. Will Doom go for it? He's faking. Looks like he's going to swoop round the outside. Falcon brakes very late as well. Leaves Doom zero space, but Doom gets the move done, but Falcon will surely have the better run coming up the hill. They do, and Michael is there as well, but Michael is lagging again. So I don't know where Michael was on track. Falcon going back down the inside. Doom around the outside. Looks like a little bit of contact. And Doom, oh, they're both off. And they're both, oh, Falcon's in the wall, and Doom, I believe, was able to keep his front wing. He was. So now that promotes Michael up into 3rd place. Own HVB up into 4th. Doom in still in 5th. Killaboo in 6th. And now Falcon is falling down positions. That was very stupid from both of them there, to be honest. They both got very aggressive with each other, and for no reason. But it's unlucky to Falcon, last week's race winner. He definitely won't be winning the race now with wing damage. Now that promotes Max up into 7th. Decky and Max up into 8th, Decky in 7th, and Killer Blue up into 6th. Again, he's having a very quiet race, and very, very good race at that. Falcon loves to give no room. Well, I mean, we saw Falcon go for a very aggressive move on, I do believe it was Neo, a couple laps ago, and could you say karma or not? I don't know. Obviously, whether there'll be a steward inquiry into that, there must probably will be. But I just think it's just a case of both cars coming together and forcing each other off track. And unfortunately, Falcon was unable to save his car, whereas Doom was. It's unfortunate to see though. How's Falcon now? Falcon has indeed pit. So Falcon will drop down, I do believe, to last place. So it's unfortunate to see from Falcon. But we've got Doom now down in 5th after his collision with Falcon. He's now had to get past own HVB and try and catch up to the back of the Toro Rosso of Michael, which I don't see that happening. Neo is in 2nd, and Kara still leading the race, still sort of picking up from where Haribo left off as such, but he will no doubt be happy to still have a 5-second gap to Neo in 2nd, who again is on the medium. So towards the end of the race, watch out for Neo, because he might start closing that gap. But at this point in the race, there's not really much going on. The closest battle is, wow, we've got we've got Jerry, Smithy, Rick, Dear Agony, and I do believe Gary in all the back of this. So we've got 9th to 13th, all within the same bit of track. We've got Smithy going on attack round the outside. Does he make it stick? No, he gets forced off a little bit by Jerry, but then that does now Me and Rick can have a go at Smithy, but Smithy is wise to it, manages to keep him behind. Let's go on board with Gary to see what he can see come down the back straight. As we've got, well, I've got on board with Dear Agony because he's got a much better angle of this 4-car battle. So it's a very, very good battle. And we've got Rick breaking way late into the last corner, but managing to keep it out. And Jerry's actually in the pits, so Jerry pits, and now Smithy is the lead car in this train, but he will have DRS, and Rick will have DRS, Agnew will have DRS, and Gary will. So next lap round, it will be Smithy that will have no DRS. Let's see if Rick can make the move on Smithy. Very good race, and very good battles all round. Obviously the Doom and Falcon battle was obviously not a good battle, but you know, no doubt that'll get resolved after the race. But yeah, these guys are all within half a second of each other, so this race is not over yet. And looks like Neo's actually starting to close in on Kara a little bit, so sort of a gap there go to 4.9 seconds. So are Kara's tyres starting to give up, or was Kara just on a bad lap that lap? Who knows, but Rick still not really able to close in on Smithy, and Smithy's actually been able to open up that gap. So yeah, cars are getting spread out again, and Kara's in the pits again. So could we be seeing an aggressive 2-stop from Kara? Yeah. Oh, I thought he went on. Oh, I thought he went on to mediums. I was about to say, for 9 laps, there's no point. But Kara, well, if he wants to win this race now, he's going to have to overtake a lot of cars. He's got now Max coming by Smithy. He ain't going to get Smithy, but Kara comes out in 8th place, and he's got a lot to do in 9 laps. If he's going to do this, he's going to have to move. He's got a pit stop to get in 9 laps. Can he do it? I don't know. He'll be on a much quicker tyre, whereas all the other guys, apart from Decky, are all on mediums, and now Decky's starting to catch Killer Blue and Falcon sets the first lap of the race, but he's in last place, so his race has been absolutely terrible. From last week winning the race to being last this week, it's just, you know, it's a shame to see, but it makes the racing good and keeps the championship standings close, as well as Decky closes in on Killer Blue. And we've got Rick as well, still only 6 tenths behind Smithy, but we've got Dear Agony and Gary. And Gary's actually right behind Dear Agony, so let's stick with this battle here with Gary and Dear Agony. See if Gary can make the move into the swooping left-hander. No, he can't. Stays behind. Looks like Dear Agony might be lagging a little bit, or it might be Gary, or it could be me lagging, who knows. But I don't know why. I still can't believe I called it China, honestly. But anyway, Gary now 4 tenths behind Agony. But excuse me, can he make the move into turn 1? Dear Agony, of course, not having DRS. Gary will have DRS. Gaining. If he has to, it'll be a very late move. Will he go for it? No, thinks better of it. Has second 2 bites of the apex as well. I'm still trying to see if I can change it now. She just looks stupid right now. No, I can't. Yeah, I'll just have to do it after the race. But yeah, the battle for 11th still going very, very strong, and Rick's just not able to close in on Smithy now. So whether Jerry was acting as a bit of a bus for the likes of Smithy, Rick, Agony and Gary, I don't know, but since Jerry's pit, sort of these 4 guys have all spread out, and it sort of makes my life harder, because the only closest battle on track is the battle for 16th place, or 15th place. As we've got F1 Racer, who has he pit yet? I don't think he's pit yet. Oh, he has pit, so yeah. So F1 Racer should go to the end from here. But Kara is now making his way back up the field. He is within DRS range to Max. You can see just the amount of time he's gaining on them super soft tyres. Can he make the move into turn 1? He's in rich. He's got not a lot of fuel left. Carroll sets a 29.8. It's a very good lap move. This is going to have to be a late move. It's going to have to be aggressive. It is very late. Max allows him through because he knows he's on the faster tyre. Very smart from Max there. Now Carroll can go after his championship rival from last season, Decky. If he can catch Decky, if these two get into battle and Killer Blue keeps Decky behind, Carroll could catch within a lap or even 2 laps. So don't count Carroll out just yet. He hasn't got a lot of time to gain to even get a podium. But we've got Doom losing the back end a little bit, but managing to keep the car. We've got Killer Blue still in 5th place now, so he's done a fantastic, again, very quiet race from Killer Blue, it has to be said. Very, very clean and consistent, and just, you know, put his head down really. But now he's got Decky, the reigning champion in PRL, all over the back of him. Can Decky make the move, or are them soft tyres just starting to give up on him? Looks like they're starting to give up on him, to be honest. But yeah, back to Decky now. Can he make the move into turn 1? He's gaining. Carroll's gaining a lot of time on him as well. Decky will of course see that time melt away. Oh, clips the back of Killer there, but doesn't get any damage, fortunately. So Decky lives to fight another day, or another lap in this case. As we've got Carroll behind, he can see this battle between Decky and Killer Blue, and then he'll soon see Doom. So I mean, the podium is still on for Carroll, but I was still very shocked that he went for a 2-stop when realistically, you know, the 1-stop round here is the better strategy from what I've seen today. Excuse me. Don't forget, Carroll's got that time penalty as well, and now Carroll is actually within a second of these guys now, so Carroll is gaining a lot of time. Can Carroll make the move on Decky and potentially Killer Blue at the end of this lap? You can see the amount of time Carroll's gaining, the amount of time Decky's losing behind Killer Blue. He's going to end up going for a very audacious move, because in the end frustration will take over. But Carroll is right there with these guys. Carroll is right behind Decky. Yeah, alright, yes, Lio, yeah, let's not. Yes, it's night time in China, and it's in the desert. Didn't you know that? It's a glitch on the game. But anyway, back to the battle with Decky, Killer Blue and Carroll. Carroll will not play any part of this battle that Killer Blue and Decky touch. But Carroll just swooping round the outside of Killer Blue, makes the move stick. He's now got Decky, who these two have seen each other on track a lot of times. Carroll goes right round the outside. Decky will push him wide, but Carroll not having any of it, almost losing the back end there, and Killer Blue manages to get back through. All this battling is only allowing the likes of Doom and own HVB get a podium, but Carroll dives on the inside of Killer Blue, makes the move stick, and that's a great move from Carroll. Very aggressive, but he needs to be in this situation because he needs that podium. Now he's on the back of Decky again. There will be no love lost between these two, that's for sure, after what Decky done, forcing Carroll wide and almost into the back of him. But you can just see the amount of time Carroll's able to gain is insane. Will Carroll go for the move down into this fast right-hander? It's sort of not a move, but he goes for it. He makes the move stick. That's an incredible move from Carroll there. On a superior Supersoft, Decky will not be impressed with that. He will want to get back at Carroll as soon as he can, but he will have DRS coming into the last corner. Decky taking a very wide line, clips the apex beautifully. Carroll loses the back end. Oh, that was very, very close from Carroll there, almost hitting the wall. That will allow Decky to get a run. Carroll weaving down the straight there. He now has to stay to the inside. Decky goes right round the outside, but Carroll is able to keep the move. This is a fantastic battle between two of the guys that were fighting for the title last season, but it looks like Carroll's finally got the move done and can now focus his efforts on trying to catch Doom. who is in the other Mercedes. So Carroll now finds himself in a Mercedes, a sandwich. But that was a fantastic battle between Decky and Carroll. Carroll losing the back end on the last corner and almost having to give up that place back, but luckily for Carroll and them super soft tyres was able to break away later. Now Michael's made a mistake. Michael is off the track. No, he's not. His lag is playing a huge part in this race, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah, we've got Neo still leading the race very comfortably, 4.4 seconds to Michael in second, who hasn't really had much to shout home about in terms of battles. He's just kept it clean. The only thing really that sort of been the talking point about him is his lag. But yeah, other than that, he's had a very clean race, and own HVB as well finds himself in third place again. Kept it clean, kept his head down, and yeah, hopefully he can look out the final podium spot. But don't count out Carroll, because this man is on a mission. He wants to catch Doom. Will he get him before the race ends? Will he get a podium before the race ends? I don't know. If he can somehow get a podium, I will be very, very surprised. As now we've got Killer Blue behind Decky, so maybe Decky's tyres are now starting to give up the ghost and just fall off the cliff. I mean, it looks like they are. Decky fighting the back end there. Killer Blue getting a much better exit. So yeah, these Decky's tyres are falling off the cliff. Can Killer Blue make the move on the reigning champ from last season? Can Killer Blue promote himself up into 6th place? Only time will tell. And Kara is right behind Decky. Doom, sorry. Will he go for a move? Goes down the inside. Oh, they're both off, but they both managed to keep it. And Kara gets the move done. So like we saw with Doom and Falcon there, they both came together and almost both ended up in the wall. But luckily for both these guys, they were able to keep the car and able to keep the position. But all that has now meant that Decky is now able to fight his teammate for 5th place. But Killer Blue, I think excuse me, has just been gifted potentially 5th place. So if he can play his cards right, he could find himself up into 5th place before the race ends. But now Kara has now got a mountain to climb. He's got a 4.2 second gap to fill to own HVB. As we move on to lap 27, these laps have absolutely flown by, as every bit of the race has just seen more and more action. As Neo starts lap 27, he's been incredible today. After what happened last week, he's deserved this win. He won't be complaining, but again, he could still get a puncher. Any one of these guys could get a punch. You can see Michael there. Tyres not looking too great at the minute, has to be said. But one man whose tyres look absolutely incredible is Kara, who is still a man on an absolute charge. But don't count out Killer Blue. He's still right behind Decky, but just can't get the move done. Oh, but Decky goes a little bit wide. That was Killer's chance there to go down the inside. Aldred went down his inside, but maybe he's setting him up for the DRS point that is coming up. Oh, Killer Blue goes a bit wide, but keeps it. DRS is now activated. Yes, it is. Can Killer Blue make a move? No, he doesn't. Stays behind Decky for one more lap. Oh, but looks like Decky's got a bad run. Oh my God, the lag is horrible, and Decky's off the track. Killer Blue lagging at the wrong time there, but managing to get past Decky. I think Decky just sort of backed out with it, didn't want any part of that. Absolute horrible lag, and Kara not really closing the gap to what I thought he would at this point. But looks like Neo's actually extending the gap to Michael at the front of the race. So yeah, if Neo can play his cards right, he's only got one more lap to navigate through, and then he's won the race. But yeah, I'm again surprised that Kara went for the two stop. Maybe he thought the softs weren't going to go to the end. If he would have went on the mediums, he could have possibly still won this race. So a bit of a wrong strategy call for Kara there today. I think maybe he thought the softs weren't going to go to the end, or whether this has been his plan all race, I don't know. But he is catching still at an alarming rate, but I don't think it's enough to get a podium. But we'll go back to this battle between Decky and Killer Blue. Looks like Decky's tyres are fully given up at this point, and now Max is catching. Falcon sets the fastest lap of the race with 29.2, but again he's in last place, and looks like Max has actually got a puncher, or is that, I think that's a visual glitch, because he's still going on as if he's fine. So Max will have to be very careful. He goes wide. I think he's got a puncher. He has, because Smithy's going past. Smithy's catching that line right. Max has to go, but well, yeah, Max has a puncher. That's weird. How's Max got a puncher? And Decky's retired. I think Decky got a puncher, so Decky and Max both suffering punches, it looks like. But Max is just going very, very wide and losing the back end. Yeah, Max is pitting. So Rick could find himself, well, and he gets a 5 seconds. It gets better and better, doesn't it, for Max? So we've had Decky retire after getting a puncher. Now we've got Max who's got a punch. How we got a puncher in mediums, I don't know. But that is very unfortunate for Max. He'll be kicking himself. I don't know how we got a puncher. But we've got Dear Agony and Rick now battling on the last lap. Let's quickly go to the front of the grid though, because it is this man Neo who will be coming across the line in the next lap, or well, next sector, hopefully, if he doesn't get a puncher, collecting the 25 points. And then we've got Michael in second, who I think at this point is just let off and just wants to get to the end. But the battle between Killer Blue and Doom, it still goes on. But let's go to this man Neo as he approaches the final sector. As he comes to the final corner, he will collect the 25 points and the race win after his disastrous show at Australia. He's bounced back with fantastic form as he weaves across the line. He will take the 25 points and the race win here, so congratulations to Neo. Michael will come home in second place. A very, very quiet race for Michael, so he'll be happy with that. Own HVB collecting a very surprising podium, and Kara coming home in fourth. And yeah, I mean, Doom in fifth, good race from him. Killer Blue sixth, again good race from him. Smithy in seventh, he'll be happy with seventh. Will Smithy be? Rick comes home in eighth, again he'll be happy. Gary collecting a couple points in ninth, he'll be very happy with that. Dear Agony rounding out the top 10. Then we've got Max, who did get a puncher, he will be coming home in 11th place. And we've got Cabrera actually going side by side with Jerry into the final corner. Who will make the move stick? Just like Jerry. Ooh, Cabrera round the outside, very, very brave. And of course this isn't even for points, as Cabrera, Jerry and F1 Racer all finished within a tenth of each other. Looks like Cabrera was the one who got the move done. Then we've got Falcon, who will finish this race. And again, another fantastic and entertaining race. No doubt Falcon will be annoyed with this, as yeah, he's weaving. He'll be annoyed with what happened, with what's happened here today after last week's events. But yeah, Falcon spins across the line to pick up 15th place. Decky leaves the session. So yeah, I mean, not what I expected in terms of Bahrain Grand Prix. I thought the Toro Rosso boys would be a lot higher up, but obviously Michael collecting that second place. And here we have Neo here collecting 25 points and the race win. So congratulations to Neo, who again had a very, very bad start to the season, but has now bounced back and picks up the 25 points. And then we've got Michael in second, Own HVB collecting a very, very surprising third place. And then we've got Kara in fourth, who again decided to do that two-stop strategy. Doom in fifth, again very good result with him after the collisions he's had during the race. Killer Blue in sixth, again very good race from him. Smithy in seventh, just good races all round. Then we've got Gary in ninth, who actually started 17th. So I don't know, I think Gary's a contender for driver of the day for sure, but I don't know, I might give it Michael just because he started 8th. But yeah, this has been Bahrain, not China. I will try and change that after the stream is ended, but join me next week where, what track is it next week? I don't know. But yeah, join me next week where we will see who will pick up. Maybe we can have 3 different winners in 3 races. That'll be a fantastic start to PRL season 16. But yeah, join me next week, same time, 7 PM. I've been Cliffy, I've been your commentator. Thank you for watching and goodbye.